She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain, Part 8. The Practices Makes Everything Perfect. Level 5, The Inner Advocate. We have reached a pivotal turning point in our journey. Up to this moment, we have focused on awakening the body, clearing external noise, and reclaiming the breath. Now, we must address the most intimate architect of our internal tension, the inner critic. This voice acts as a biological trigger. Every time it strikes with a "you should have" or "you aren't enough," your body physically contracts as if bracing for a blow. This contraction instantly blocks the flow of pleasure and locks the abdomen. Step 17. From criticism to support. Today, we begin to introduce a powerful new figure, the inner advocate. This is the energy of self-protection and radical alliance. Self-love is not merely a concept, it is a physical state of safety, where the body feels sufficiently defended to relax into its natural orgasmicness. The advocate does not argue with reality. They shift the perspective to provide a foundation of support rather than a platform for attack. The message of the day. The words you speak to yourself carry a physical weight. Criticism is felt by your cells as a cold, clenched fist. Support is felt as warm, steady palms upon your shoulders. Today, we begin to change your internal climate. Your advocate is a sovereign force that stays on your side, especially when you falter. You are no longer your own prosecutor. You are your own greatest protector. The practice, catch and replace. To interrupt the neurobiological stress response triggered by self-criticism and replace it with a signal of safety. Throughout the day, the moment you hear an internal attack from the critic, pause. Take a deep, soft breath into your belly and invite your advocate to rephrase the thought. The critic says, "You achieved nothing today. You are lazy and falling behind." The advocate translates, "You accomplished exactly what your energy allowed for. Your restoration is currently more valuable than a checklist. I am proud of you for listening to your body's needs." Somatic reflection. What was the most frequent criticism I heard today, and how did my advocate transform it to allow my body to soften? The ritual of the day, the warm embrace. Whenever you catch the voice of the critic becoming harsh, physically wrap your arms around your shoulders or chest in a firm, warm hug. Feel the literal heat of your hands. Say aloud or silently, "I am on your side. I support you unconditionally." Observe your breath and notice how it naturally drops deeper into your abdomen the moment you stop attacking yourself. The sensory anchor, the voice of defense. The red anchor now serves as an internal tone check. Every time you see the color red, ask yourself, how am I speaking to myself in this very second? If the internal tone is stern or sharp, consciously soften it. Imagine you are speaking to a beloved child or a cherished friend. Return to a language of kindness. By replacing one sharp critique with a supportive affirmation, you have fundamentally altered your chemistry. You are moving from a state of internal war to a state of internal sanctuary. Exercise for now. Recall one critical thought that crossed your mind today, perhaps regarding your work, your appearance, or your productivity. Write it down. Now, allow your advocate to respond. How does that response feel in your belly? We will focus on protecting your victories, learning how to claim and inhabit your small wins before the critic has a chance to diminish them. Write down your notes, self-reflection, and anchors. Step 18. Protecting your victories. The art of self-validation. As we progress through the 5th level, we move from deactivating the critic to actively nourishing your sense of worth. Today is dedicated to the reclamation of your successes. The inner critic is a master of devaluation. Its favorite strategy is to whisper, "That was easy," "You just got lucky," or "Others are doing so much more." This constant dismissal keeps your body in a state of high alert tension, perpetually chasing the next milestone without ever tasting the satisfaction of the current one. Today, your inner advocate acts as the architect of your confidence, anchoring the energy of success within your physical body so that your achievements nourish your spirit rather than exhausting it. The message of the day. Every small victory is premium fuel for your life force. When you fail to celebrate your progress, you deprive yourself of the right to joy. Today, let your advocate be the diligent archivist of your accomplishments. Nothing is too small to be witnessed, recognized, and honored. You deserve to inhabit the warmth of your own excellence. The practice, the victory bank. To retrain the brain to scan for competence and success, shifting the internal focus from what is missing to what is present. At the conclusion of this day, identify and record 3 things you handled effectively. Do not search for heroic feats. Look for the quiet demonstrations of self-care and presence. Examples. I chose to rest when I felt tired instead of pushing through. I maintained my composure during a difficult conversation. I fully savored the flavors of my breakfast without distraction. Question for self-reflection. What physical sensations arise when I read my list of victories? Do I allow the feeling of satisfaction to expand through my chest and belly? Or do I feel an immediate impulse to dismiss it? What happens if I simply breathe into that satisfaction for 10 seconds? The ritual of the day, the seal of achievement. Throughout the day, every time you complete a task, whether it is sending an important email, finishing a workout, or even just washing a dish, perform a 5-second pause. Place one hand over your heart and say to yourself, I did this. I am capable. Feel the resonance of this acknowledgement as a gentle warmth in the center of your chest, allowing the energy of completion to settle into your nervous system. The sensory anchor, the moment of triumph. The red anchor today serves as a reminder of worth. Every time you see the color red, recall one specific thing you have done well today, no matter how microscopic. Offer yourself a genuine, secret smile and notice how your shoulders naturally broaden and your spine lengthens in response to this self-appreciation. By validating your small wins, you are building a reservoir of internal safety. This safety is the prerequisite for the deep, relaxed orgasmicness we are cultivating. You are proving to your body that it is safe to succeed. Somatic exercise for your journal. Identify one small action you took today that your inner advocate could praise. Formulate this praise in a way that feels warm, weighty, and undeniably true. The inner advocate says, I see how gracefully you handled that moment of chaos. Your ability to stay centered is a testament to your growing power. Well done. How does this recognition vibrate in your body right now? Record the sensation in your transformation journal. Write down your notes, self-reflection, and anchors. Step 19. Compassion in the chaos. Staying on your own side. We have reached the most profoundly human stage. After learning to transform criticism and claim our victories, we must now master the art of self-compassion when life refuses to follow the script. Your value as a woman does not evaporate the moment you make a mistake or feel a wave of fatigue. True orgasmicness is not a state of constant perfection. It is the capacity to embrace yourself with tenderness when you stumble. Today, your inner advocate teaches you to be your own most devoted friend, especially in those moments when the critic tries to convince you that you don't deserve kindness. The message of the day: your worth is not a performance. It is a constant, radiant truth that remains unchanged by error or exhaustion. Today, your advocate will teach you that mistakes are not failures of character, but part of the beautiful complexity of being alive. Compassion is the medicine that keeps your heart open and your belly soft, even in the midst of a storm. You are worthy of support, precisely when you feel the most vulnerable. The practice, the moment of kindness, to interrupt the shame spiral and replace it with a biological signal of safety and self-alliance. If anything goes wrong today, if you forget an appointment, drop a glass, or simply find yourself drained of energy, do not allow the critic to pull the trigger. Immediately summon your advocate. Use the advocate's formulas. This is a human moment. To err is not just normal, it is inevitable. I am feeling overwhelmed/disappointed right now, and what I need is a sanctuary, not a trial. Question for self-reflection. In which specific moment today did I feel the most at fault? And what supportive words did I use to soften my internal reaction? The ritual of the day, the heart-womb bridge. In any moment of emotional discomfort or physical stress, place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your lower abdomen. Feel the steady weight and the literal heat of your palms. Breathe slowly into this connection and say to yourself, I am here. I am with you. We are safe. Allow this self-generated warmth to dissolve the tightness in your chest and the bracing in your belly. The sensory anchor, the signal of compassion. Our training of the conscious mind continues. Every time you see the color red, it is a signal for an internal mercy check. Ask yourself, am I being too harsh with myself at this very second? If the answer is yes, mentally offer yourself a gesture of affection. Imagine stroking your own hair or placing a comforting hand on your shoulder. By choosing mercy over judgment, you are protecting your nervous system from the corrosive effects of cortisol. You are proving to your body that you are a safe person for yourself to live with. Somatic exercise for your journal. Imagine this scenario. You planned a highly productive day, but instead, you spent the afternoon completely devoid of energy, lying on the couch. The guilt/critic voice is starting to wake up. Write down, what specific phrase could your inner advocate say right now that would allow your belly to physically relax and prevent your jaw from clenching? Also, your notes, self-reflection, and anchors. we reach the finale of Level 5. We will integrate the advocate, the victor, and the friend into a single, unshakable internal alliance before we move to the next level of your transformation. Are you ready to finalize your bond with your inner advocate tomorrow? Step 20. Finalizing your sovereignty. The internal alliance today marks the summit of our work on internal self-support. As we complete Step 20, we officially transition the inner advocate from a temporary exercise into a permanent, lifelong guardian of your energy. We are weaving together every thread we have gathered: the transformation of critical thoughts, the celebration of small victories, and the practice of radical self-compassion. By solidifying this alliance, you create an unshakable atmosphere of internal safety. It is in this soil, where the body no longer braces for an internal strike, that your orgasmicness and self-love can truly flourish. The message of the day: self-love is not a destination or a final trophy. It is a daily, moment-to-moment choice to remain on your own side. When your internal voice consistently vibrates with support, your body ceases to wait for a blow and finally begins to breathe with its full, natural power. Today, you officially appoint your advocate as the lifelong protector of your interests, your peace, and your pleasure. You are no longer alone against yourself. You are your own most powerful ally. The practice, the letter of alliance, to externalize and codify the supportive voice of the advocate, making it a tangible resource you can return to in moments of doubt. Compose a brief, powerful message to yourself from the perspective of your advocate. Begin with the words, "My dear, I want you to know." Allow the advocate to remind you of the fundamental truths that protect your glow. You have the right to rest, even if you are not exhausted. Your feelings are always valid and worthy of being heard. I am always here to stand between you and the shadow of self-criticism. Question for self-reflection: which specific sentence from this letter triggered the most intense physical sensation of warmth or expansion in my chest? The ritual of the day, the source of radiance. Find a comfortable seat and close your eyes. Visualize every kind word and supportive thought you have offered yourself today as a liquid, golden light. With every inhale, imagine this light filling your heart, softening your shoulders, warming your abdomen, and flowing down to the very tips of your fingers. Feel your body becoming soft and illuminated from within by this self-generated support. You are no longer seeking light from the outside. You have become the source. The sensory anchor, the advocate's seal. The red anchor concludes this level as a seal of self-belonging. Every time you see the color red, offer yourself the most sincere, private smile. Let this be your secret code for, "I am protected. I am loved by me." Notice how your nervous system responds to this signal of total safety. Midpoint milestone: 20 steps of transformation. Congratulations! You have successfully navigated the first half of our 40 steps journey. You have traveled from the simple sensation of water on your skin to the profound architectural rebuilding of your internal support system. You have cleared the noise, reclaimed your breath, and established a sovereign boundary. Write down your notes, self-reflection, and anchors. Which phrase from your advocate will serve as your primary anthem for the second half of this course? I have the right to joy, simply because I exist. My comfort is my absolute priority. I am enough, exactly as I am right now. Discover the secrets to nurturing your lifestyle and love style at Wish for Love. The electronic version of all chapters from the full book She Who Awakens by Alina Chamberlain can be found at wishforlove.org.